Very warm welcome, viewers. You're watching Six Stories at 6 with me, Rakshita Mishra, reporting from Srinagar. Right now, we are at the Dal Lake, and we continue to get you every story that we are getting to you from ground zero and, of course, beyond. But first, we have some breaking news to start with. Right, we have update on the Kulgam anti-terror operation right now as we speak. All right, viewers, Kulgam police continues to conduct the search operations and the anti-terror operations. And we have some update. I think let me just connect with a reporter because I need to know more information because I'm not there in Kulgam, of course. I need to know what's happening in Kulgam. Let's connect with a reporter in Kulgam, viewers, because it's a fight against terror. And there are operations happening across Jammu and Kashmir. In a joint operation with one Rashtra. Zina joins on the phone. Zina, tell us the latest update we have right now. We understand that two terror associates have been arrested.
See, Rakshita, this is a news coming in from the Kulgam where the two terror associates have been arrested in Koimu Kulgam by the concerned district police. In the some arms and ammunitions have been recovered from the possession and they have been taken into the custody. A fire has also been registered in this regard in the Koimu police station. Koimu as Kulgam's part is in news because Kulgam is already witnessing the two operations at present. One was this where the two OGWs have been arrested along with the arms and ammunitions, and the another one is in the Gudar village of Kulgam where the suspicious movement of the terrorists were observed by the joint forces. They tried to fire upon the suspicious movement, although no contact with the hiding terrorists has been established. The CASO was launched only after getting the credible leads upon the movement of terrorists or the presence of terrorists in the Gudar village of Kulgam. You remember just 2 days back there was another anti-terror operation that was carried by the Kulgam police in Ahrbal. That time the exchange of fire was witnessed and also the encounter started. First exchange of fire was reported around 4:30 or so in the afternoon, but taking an advantage of the darkness, terrorists then managed to escape from the Ahrbal of the Kulgam district.
Right. All right. In fact, there are, of course, it's a very high-scale operation that we are, talking about here. But any links to any terror outfit that has been ascertained or anything else that has been seized here, Zenith?
See, as far as the Kulgam operation is concerned, where the two OGWs have been arrested, a pistol magazines, the rounds and other things, other incriminated material have been recovered from the possession of these OGWs, and they belong to the outfit LET in the Kulgam Valley, Kulgam district.
Right, sir. Thanks so much, Zina, for joining us with those details coming in, viewers. We start with more updates that we have. This is a story, viewers, that again exposes Pakistan's evil face. We're talking about a Pakistani army officer. He's called Colonel Taimur. His name is Colonel Taimur Rahat, and he is a defense attaché, the Pakistani army. And outside the Pakistani embassy, there were massive protests that were happening. Indians were protesting, even Jewish people were protesting against Pakistan after the Pahalgam terror attack. And this man comes out and shows threat. He, in fact, makes threatening gestures to the Indian protesters out here. He makes the slit throat gesture out there and also holds a placard showing Group Captain Abhinandan and saying, "How's the tea?" It was written there. And that, of course, shows the real face once again. It's not news to us, but it's something that is extremely insensitive. And it's an abhorrent gesture. We have Major Samar Tur, defense expert, joining us on the broadcast. Major Tur, when you see this visual, do you get surprised? I don't think so. You get surprised because we all know this mentality, this Zia-ul-Haq mentality that these people in the Pakistani army have. We all know what are their evil designs, as even the defense minister talked about. But this is something that's very atrocious. And again, the Pakistanis are showing their real face. Major Tur, please unmute yourself. I think we are not getting your audio. If you could just please unmute yourself. All right, we'll reconnect with Major Tur once again, viewers. But that's a video. If we are running that video on our screens, that is the real face. You see that how this man was at the embassy in London. There were massive protests all across the country, all across the world. Pakistani High Commission balcony, Colonel Taimur, Pakistan Defence Attaché Colonel Taimur Rahat brazenly he rubs salt on the wounds of those innocent lives that have been lost, the innocent Indian lives that have been lost, and he clearly is showing that throat-slitting gesture, and he's pointing out to the Indian protesters there. This is the ugly, evil face of Pakistani army. They call for a neutral investigation. They are scrambling for options to how to cover up, but it's for the world to see, and it's the world to know who is behind this dastardly attack that has claimed the lives of 28 people. 26 innocent Indian lives have also been lost, and it's a clip that has gone viral. Viewers, Pakistan's defense attaché Colonel Taimur brazenly seen running his hand across his neck in a gesture to slit the Indian throat. Look at the mentality of a high-ranking officer of Pakistani army. Viewers, that's completely visible out there. His threatening gesture towards Indian protesters in London. And in fact, as we speak, viewers, there's some breaking news. There's some breaking news coming in right now. There are multiple raids that are being conducted in Srinagar also, where we're reporting from. In fact, police have conducted multiple raids at least 64 terror associates in Srinagar. And overground workers and the terrorist associates are linked to the banned outfits. Remember, there are banned outfits like the Jamaat Islami also, and people linked to it have also been identified and questioned. And now we have raids that are carried out across Srinagar at the residences of individuals associated with terror outfits such as the Lashkar-e-Taiba, the Jaish-e-Mohammed, ISJK, JKLF and the TRF. So that's the breaking news we have right now. Overground workers, in fact, all across South Kashmir have also been arrested. At least 175 people already have been arrested. Viewers have been detained for questioning for their links to terror outfits, links to the terrorists after the Pahalgam terror attack. And overground workers now, even in Srinagar, 64 terror associates in Srinagar have been now raided. At least the residences of 64 terror associates have been raided in Srinagar. Zeenat joins us for more. Zeenat, well, this is of course a huge development. 64 terror associates in Srinagar itself have been raided by the police.
Again, another big blow from the Srinagar coming to the terror outfits of the TRF, Lashkar and other terror outfits like the Resistance Front, and also some of them are already been booked under by the NIA, and some are dealing with the UAPA cases. As I said, the instructions have gone quite clear to the ground from the upper officials that no district should be spared, and wherever they're listed or you have an apprehension of individual having a links with the terror outfits, immediately he should be nabbed, interrogated, and the search should be carried at his premises. So we are seeing that the 64 individuals' places were scanned and searched thoroughly by the Srinagar police. The raids were witnessed in Zoni Marg, it were witnessed in Batmalu, Chanapura, uptown and the downtown of the Srinagar was touched by the Srinagar district police.
Yes, Yes, Zenith, of course, this is a huge development because the idea here is that the agencies and the forces will not leave any nook and cranny of Jammu and Kashmir to find out those perpetrators. Anyone who supports terrorism in any which way will be cracked down upon, because this is something that the entire country, 140 crore Indians, are demanding, that there should be an end to this and there should be no more innocent that should be shedding their bloods anymore. Zenith.
Absolutely, Rakshita. See, the message on ground has gone clear. Whether he's from Jammu and Kashmir or from the army or from the CRPF, who's usually the part of outer corridor during the anti-terror operation, everybody has come under the one umbrella to fight terror in the Kashmir Valley, because the way the blood was spilled in the meadows of the Baisar and Pahalgam, those were the heart-wrenching scenes. In fact, this time the people of Jammu and Kashmir are coming openly and they're supporting the police and the other security agencies. Whosoever is having any information, they are coming happily to share the information about the moment or any other thing with the concerned police station or with the concerned people. This tells you that Kashmiris himself are united to fight against the terrorism that has definitely consumed the life of the three long decades. The life has been consumed, which has disturbed the economy, and it has also hit the economy under the belt. We are seeing still the Pahalgam wearing the deserted look. Even the other tourist places, the people have not been into the business like that, or there are grim faces that can be seen, that Kashmir is known for the hospitality and the Kashmirian. And those who have carried this crime, they are not the part of the Kashmir. They don't belong to the Kashmiri soil. So people have been openly talking about the terrorism in the Kashmir Valley by doing the candlelight vigil, by picking up the poster. You read what the message they are giving, that the terrorism will not be tolerated, or putting up the flags, black flags, giving a silent message that they are not with what has happened on 22nd of this month. All this is there, that is brewing up on the ground. Meanwhile, we are seeing the neighbors, the India and the Pakistan, at the Logar Hub. India has quite confirmed and has very boldly made a posturing that India will retaliate in the bold manner this time. And Pakistan is definitely has pressed the panic button by seeing that the India has kept the Indus Water Treaty in abeyance, which is definitely a bigger issue for the Pakistan. Yes, Rakshita.
Right, Zina, thank you so much for joining us with those details coming in, viewers. We also have some updates coming in from Kulgam, viewers. In fact, there are terrorist houses that have been demolished, properties linked to terrorists that have been demolished. There's a major crackdown across South Kashmir and even to the north. So there is an all-out terror, anti-terror operation. The war against terror continues. My colleague Jatin was in Kulgam, and he is going to show you these updates, what he discovered there, the anti-terror operation, what seizures have been made, and what has been discovered by the agencies. Take a look.
कुलगाम में इस वक्त मैं मौजूद हूं, जहां पर लाइव सर्च ऑपरेशन चल रहा है, और आप देखेंगे कि इंडियन आर्मी की जो जेसीबी है वो भी इस सर्च ऑपरेशन का हिस्सा है, और आगे आपको मार्च करते हुए और ऑपरेशन साइट पर जाते हुए सुरक्षाकर्मी नजर आ रहे होंगे। दूसरी तरफ मैं पीछे आपको दिखाऊंगा कि आप देखेंगे कैस्पर यहां पर खड़ा हुआ, और बख्तरबंद गाड़ियां, चाहे वो सीआरपीएफ की हो, जम्मू कश्मीर पुलिस की हो, एसओजी की हो, इंडियन आर्मी की हो, हर कोई यहां पर मौजूद है। चैलेंज सबसे बड़ा इस ऑपरेशन में बारिश, दूसरा जिन पहाड़ियों का सहारा लेकर आतंकी खुद को छुपाते हैं, दिन में भी इस पहाड़ियों के अंदर, इन जंगल के अंदर अंधेरा नजर आता है। दूसरा, उनको महारत है इन पहाड़ियों से एस्केप होने की, इस बात की उन लोगों को ट्रेनिंग मिलती है। दूसरी तरफ आप देखेंगे कि इस पहाड़ी के बीच में सड़क है और सड़क के नीचे खाई, ये पूरा पहाड़ी इलाका है, और इन पहाड़ी इलाकों में सर्च ऑपरेशन करना काफी चैलेंजिंग है। इनपुट इसी तरीके के हैं कि आतंकी इन जंगलों में छिपे हो सकते हैं, और उसी इनपुट के आधार पर यह सर्च ऑपरेशन जो है वो यहां पर कंडक्ट कराया जा रहा है। अमूमन सर्च ऑपरेशन में तमाम सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेज अपने हाईटेक इक्विपमेंट्स के साथ पहुंचती है, लेकिन पहलगाम में जिस तरीके से आतंकी हमला हुआ उसके बाद से जहां जहां सर्च ऑपरेशन किया जा रहा है वहां पर इंडियन आर्मी की जेसीबी उस कॉन्वॉय का हिस्सा होती है, उस सर्च ऑपरेशन का हिस्सा होती है, और वही जेसीबी की तस्वीर मैंने आपको दिखाई। संभवतः आगे जिस तरीके की मूवमेंट होगी उसी हिसाब से उस जेसीबी का जो काम है वो भी किया जा रहा है, चाहे वो कैस्पर हो, बख्तरबंद गाड़ियां हो, लाइट्स हो, सोफिस्टिकेटेड वेपन्स हो, उन सभी इक्विपमेंट्स के साथ तमाम जो फोर्सेज है वो घने जंगलों में, साउथ कश्मीर के घने जंगलों में जहां पर आतंकियों के छिपे होने की आशंका है, वहां पर बड़े स्तर पर सर्च ऑपरेशन जो है वो किया जा रहा है।
All right, viewers. So at least 5 terrorists' houses have been, residences have been demolished, as the agencies and the forces will not spare anyone who supports terror, anyone who is sheltering these terrorists. And in the latest, my colleague Zeenat, in fact, had visited Shopian, where one such house, one such property was also destroyed. Take a look.
This is Zakir Ahmed Lashkar Toiba's terrorist residence, and this house has been demolished by the administration here. The demolition was carrying during midnight. This is a stark reminder to the policies of the government of Jammu and Kashmir and the government of India towards the zero tolerance policy against terrorism. This action is clearly aimed at disincentivizing local terrorism or any kind of support to terror. A stern reminder to local youths that if they pick up the gun and join terror ranks, their families will have to pay the price. The families will also be denied the facilities of government facilities that includes the clearance, passport clearance, job clearance certificates and other things. But again, a stark reminder that if you support terrorism, then the government will come heavily on you. This is the house of the Zakir Ahmed, who has joined the terror outfit long back. He has been involved in the multiple killings as per the security operators here, and now here we see the family members after the demolition drive was carried by the administration. We see the inmates of this house collecting their valuables, whatever they are able to retrieve from the rubles, from the debris of this house. So the neighbors have also chipped in. But yes, the terror attack that was carried in Baisaran Valley of Pahalgam in South Kashmir, all these actions are coming after the incident which is known now as the civilian massacre in South Kashmir. We are reporting from Sidhav Shopian. This is a part of South Kashmir here. Again, a demolition drive was carried by the administration along with joint forces. The house belongs to Shahid Kutte of LET. Shahid Kutte is known for his involvement in the terror attacks. In past, he has been involved into the targeted killings as well. But now his name has surfaced in Baisaran attack. One can see the visuals from this very place where the house has been demolished. It has been razed to the ground. The kind of situation that we see, that whether it are the window panes, the glass sheets, the wires, or the articles, the household articles, everything has been demolished. The bricks lying on the floor, the iron rods, the rooftops and everything has been grounded. This is Shahid Kutte's place, which has been demolished after his name surfaced in Baisaran attack. This is a message to those who are joining the terror ranks that the administration will come heavily upon them for their act. But this is not only the individual who is paying. His family again is paying through the nose for the act that their son has committed. Government has a very clear message that nobody will be spared, and the families too will be paying for it. Center has made a policy that there will be no tolerance for terrorism on ground, and what happened in Baisaran, the entire world knows about it. And seeing the action on ground, we see the axe falling on those terrorists who are supporting the terror network, axe falling on those locals who are supporting the terror structures, terror networks in the Kashmir Valley. And this is one of the houses that were demolished in the midnight by the joint forces along with the administration. In fact, in Shahid Kutte's place, and an iron notice was also pasted, though the notice is of the year 2022, that tells you about his involvement in other crimes.
One of the terrorist hideouts and the residences that were blown up by Republic TV's biggest network of reporters, showing you every angle possible that will dismantle the entire narrative that has not been shown to you. Local activate. Now, what we know is that border bunkers in Jammu and Kashmir have been also now activated amid Pakistan provocation along the line of control. There is investigation going on, an anti-terror operation also going on along the border. Here's more on that, viewers.
We are at the Indo-Pakistan border in Arnia, where we have seen that this area has been most affected with the Pakistan shelling in 2017 and 2018. But now with the situation also going grim here, I'll request Sir Gaurav to show you a 360-degree view of the area. That this is a community center in the Bishna area, that is the Trewa Panchayat. Here the people have started activating their bunkers. These bunkers are the community bunkers that are now being activated once again. These bunkers have been totally defunct for last 5 to 7 years, but now once again the people have started activating these. I'll request Gaurav to come this way so that we can show you that the people there, they have started activating this, and this has been started so that in case of any contingency or eventuality, they are in a position that they can save themselves from the Pakistani shelling, because we are witnessing in the last 48 hours there have been cross-border shelling along the line of control in the Kashmir sector. But in the Jammu, Arnia is a plain terrain where the people are hit with the very first bullet being fired, and that's why these bunkers are being activated. I'll request Gaurav to show you that how strong these bunkers are. These are built of hard structure so that if any mortar shell comes from the adversary, that attempt can also be fired. I am joined by the Sarpanch here, Balveer Kaur. I'll speak to her. Madam, मुझे एक बात बताइए, आप लोग बंकर्स दोबारा से एक्टिवेट कर रहे हैं, क्या रीज़न है?
देखिए भाई साहब, आपको भी पता होगा कि जैसे अभी पहलगाम में हुआ तो शेलिंग हमेशा अनप्रेडिक्टेबल रही है, तो हम लोग शेलिंग होती है पता नहीं चलता, क्योंकि हम लोग वेदर फोरकास्टिंग देख सकते हैं, बट शेलिंग का कभी पता नहीं चलता। बट जो पहलगाम में हुआ, अगर आज वहां पे हुआ है तो हिंदुस्तान रिटेलिएट तो करेगा ही करेगा। तो हम उसी आस में बैठे कि आप लोग अपना काम कीजिए, हम अपना काम कर रहे हैं।
These are the bunkers that are hard enough to tackle any contingency, because if there is a fire from the Pakistani side, these bunkers can bear. Only it is the artillery fire that can actually sneak through this structure. Otherwise, for the 80 mm or 120 mm mortar shells, it's next to impossible to breach through these bunkers, and that's why we are witnessing that these community bunkers are being activated again here at the international border in Jammu's Arnia, where the people have gathered here in the large numbers. Now they are preparing themselves for this, so that any of the contingency can be tackled in such a manner. If we have seen in the past as well, there have been n number of incidents that have taken place where the provocation from the Pakistani side has come at first, and now this time the people, they do not want to give Pakistan a chance, and that's why they are preparing these bunkers to tackle the Pakistani threat.
And viewers, we all got you stories of the victims, families who have been crying, who have lost their loved ones, the loved ones who will never come back. It's an irreparable loss for them. And India has vowed that it will strike back, it will retaliate. Pakistan is right now trembling. It is trembling, and how? But sitting in the comfort of their offices is some Congress leader, and that is the Chief Minister, in fact, of Karnataka. Not the first time we've seen the Congress trying to build a narrative that is completely going against the spirit of the country, while India has vowed revenge. Siddaramaiah is saying there's no need to strike back at Pakistan. Here's more.
As more voices in the street called for a strong retaliatory action against Pakistan. In the wake of the depraved Pahalgam terror attack, Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah sprung a shocker. Weighing in as a rattled Pakistan fears an Indian military response, the Karnataka Chief Minister said there was no need for war with the cross-border neighbour. Siddaramaiah said that the centre should focus more on strengthening the internal security grid instead of avenging the Pahalgam terror attack. In a veiled dig at Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he said previous punitive actions against Pakistan fetched little outcome. In his first response to the Pahalgam attack, PM Modi vowed to pursue the terrorists and their handlers to the ends of the earth.
Today, from the soil of Bihar, I say to the whole world, India will identify track and punish every terrorist and their backers. We will pursue them to the ends of the earth. India's spirit will never be broken by terrorism. Terrorism will not go unpunished. Every effort will be made to ensure that justice is done. The entire nation is firm in this resolve.
Siddaramaya's remark came just days after Congress MP Rahul Gandhi vowed to stand with the centre in however it chooses to respond to the cowardly terror attack.
The united opposition condemned this action and said that we are there to support whatever action the government wants to take.
The shocking remarks by the Karnataka Chief Minister came on a day when hundreds filled the streets across the country, calling on the centre to avenge every drop of blood shed in Pahalgam. As Siddaramaya insults the Pahalgam victims, will a red-faced Congress care to explain?